We're here at the Unicon UCLA conference, and I'm here with Devin Bigoness, Executive Director of Cornell University. Devin, what are your thoughts on Mike Malafatis' presentation yesterday?
Yeah, so Dan, great to join you here this morning, and I think the conference so far has been great. Really enjoyed Mike's session, but also obviously the HBR case that was written that Mike was referencing, and I thought it really insightful in a number of ways, right? So I think it reinforced one of the things that we're thinking in executive education and at Cornell University as well, in terms of the content context sort of equation, right? So the fact that here in executive education and with many of the universities that we are all working in, we have a lot of content, right? The faculty have a lot of content, and it's agnostic, it's deeply researched, it's world-class knowledge. Our clients, particularly in the custom space, have a lot of the context, right? And that's what they need, right? The participants are looking for how do they contextualize this to actually make it relevant and to make that impact necessary. And so I think the article reinforced the fact that that equation, if we can do it right, offers opportunities for us. It also offers threats. If we don't do that right, and we are seen as sort of marginalized, or the client says they're not relevant, right? So we need to figure out ways to reinforce the content and context divide. I also thought it was interesting, and I shared this analogy with Mike as we were going away, of the sort of, there's four things that we're being asked to do that are sort of, and if you'll follow my analogy here, sort of first and foremost, we're trying to give participants the fish, right? We are giving them the fish. They're hungry for learning. They want the fish. So first and foremost, we're giving them the fish. Second, we're teaching them to fish, right? We need to teach them, here's the tools, here's the techniques. You need to be able to go out and fish once you wrap up whatever session we're involved in. That has been the traditional model. But I think now the article and Mike's session yesterday reinforces there's two other pieces to this, right? So one is we are teaching them to teach others to fish, right? So we need to actually help them to understand how to convey that message, train their teams, develop their team members and their organizations to fish. So it's a teaching someone to teach something, which, as many of you have known, it can be a challenge. The fourth thing that we're trying to do is while we're teaching them to fish in a certain atmosphere or certain environment, we're also teaching them how to adjust to new atmospheres and new areas, right? So if I'm teaching someone to fish in a calm, peaceful river, and then all of a sudden they need to be able to adapt to a rapid, fly fishing environment, or they need to be able to fish in a deep sea environment, right? They need to be able to adapt to that and build on what we're teaching them to actually fish in those environments, right? And so those four things, I think, particularly the second two, are relatively new for us, and that's where I think a lot of this adjustment that we're facing is going on, right? So we need to teach people, so we need to make leaders, better leaders and better teachers, and then we also need to teach them skills that when we're not with them, they can adapt and apply in their own contextual environments to drive impact in their business.